Yo Cowboys Nation, NFL fans, and football lovers across the globe, sit down, strap in, and get ready, because the NFL world just got turned completely upside down in what might be one of the most insane 24-hour moves we've seen in years. I'm talking total madness, a blockbuster that's taken the league by storm. Yes, you heard the rumors, but now it's confirmed. Brandon Aiyuk, the 49ers electric, elite, playmaking wide receiver, has officially been traded to the Dallas Cowboys in a move nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming this fast. This isn't just a trade, this is a game changer. This is the kind of high-voltage deal that reshapes conference power rankings overnight and sends shockwaves from Santa Clara to Arlington. If you've been paying attention to the murmurs and whispers all off-season, then you know the relationship between Aiyuk and the 49ers front office had been tense for a while now. While the Niners have been all in on keeping their Super Bowl window open, a storm had been brewing quietly behind the scenes. Aiyuk, coming off back-to-back stellar seasons, felt underappreciated, especially with the big money extensions handed to Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and others around him. He wanted his money. He wanted to be the guy. And who can blame him? The man put up over 1,300 yards last season, led the team in receiving yards, and was consistently their most reliable wideout in high-pressure situations. Despite that, the Niners front office was hesitant. They were juggling salary cap gymnastics, trying to keep their elite defense intact, managing Brock Purdy's future extension, and just couldn't commit to giving Aiyuk that top-tier WR1 bag. That's when the Cowboys came storming in, and man, they didn't hesitate for a second. This front office, Jerry Jones, Will McClay, Stephen Jones, they saw an opportunity, and they pounced. Late last night, in a move that insiders are now calling the most aggressive trade proposal of the offseason, the Cowboys sent a 2026 first-round pick, two 2027 second-rounders, and a conditional 2025 fourth-rounder to San Francisco in exchange for Brandon Aiyuk, a deal so sudden and so loaded with implications that insiders say even some 49ers players found out after the public. That's how tight this was kept. Aiyuk, now headed to Dallas, becomes the newest weapon in what could suddenly be the most dangerous offense in the NFC, maybe even the entire league. Imagine this: Dak Prescott, who's coming off a career high in touchdowns and a top 5 MVP voting finish, now has Brandon Aiyuk on one side, CeeDee Lamb on the other, Michael Gallup in the slot, Jake Ferguson stepping up at tight end, and Tony Pollard, still one of the league's most explosive backs, lurking in the backfield. That is speed. That is route running precision. That is mismatch hell for every single defensive coordinator that's now gonna have sleepless nights game planning for the Cowboys. You thought Dallas had weapons last year. Brother, this is next level. And let's not forget, Aiyuk is more than just a deep threat. He's a surgical route runner, a guy who can eat up soft zones, kill you on slants, embarrass corners in press man, and drag safeties across the field with his double move footwork. In terms of scheme fit, it's almost too perfect. Mike McCarthy now has the luxury of motioning Lamb or Aiyuk into the slot, running layered route concepts, or forcing teams into dime packages, which, in turn, opens up run lanes for Pollard. It's a pick-your-poison offense now, and that kind of unpredictability is what wins championships in January. I'm telling you, the ripple effect of this trade cannot be overstated. But let's talk real. This move doesn't just reshape the Dallas offense, it redefines the Cowboys' identity. For years, critics have labeled them as a team that's all talk and no action when it comes to bold, Super Bowl-caliber moves. That narrative is dead now. This is an all-in move. This is we believe in Dak energy. This is the NFC is wide open and we're taking it kind of confidence. And I know what some of y'all are thinking: what about the defense? What about the cap? Look, the Cowboys already have a top 5 defense led by Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and DeMarcus Lawrence. The real issue last season wasn't the defense, it was the offense's inability to stay unpredictable and stretch the field in big games. You add Aiyuk to this team, and suddenly that vertical game opens up. Lamb doesn't have to carry the WR1 burden on every single down. Gallup doesn't need to be something he's not. Aiyuk can line up outside, win one-on-one matchups, and force defenses to choose between doubling him or Lamb. Either way, someone's getting open. And speaking of open, let's talk about what this means for Dak Prescott. There's no more excuses. None. This is his defining year. The front office just gave him an elite arsenal, a creative play caller, a stacked O-line, and now a legitimate number 1A receiver in Brandon Aiyuk. Everything is in place. If Dak can't take this team deep into the playoffs, we're talking NFC Championship minimum, then big questions are going to be asked. But you know what? I think Dak's ready. You could see it last year, his decision-making, his poise in the pocket, his connection with Lamb. Now he's got another elite target who can turn a 10-yard out into a 60-yard touchdown. That's going to elevate the entire offense. But let's pivot for a second, look at the other side of the coin, the 49ers. What are they thinking? What do they gain? Well, word is, they're trying to stack future assets and get cap flexibility as they prepare for Brock Purdy's next deal. It's also clear they believe in their ability to draft and develop wideouts, something Kyle Shanahan has proven time and time again. But trading away Aiyuk, especially after letting Debo walk, is a massive gamble. That offense just lost its biggest separator. Unless they've got a plan in the draft or a secret trade lined up, they're going to feel this loss, especially against elite NFC defenses. So where does that leave us? We've got the Cowboys making arguably the most aggressive win-now move in the NFL this offseason. We've got Brandon Aiyuk, one of the top receivers in the game, getting a fresh start in a market that lives and breathes football. And we've got an NFC landscape that just got completely shaken up. Eagles, beware. Lions, beware. 49ers, beware, because this Dallas team just took a massive leap, and they did it with conviction, clarity, and cold-blooded intent. This isn't a hope it works out move. This is a we're coming for the Lombardi move. And you better believe every single Cowboys fan is feeling that fire right now. This is the kind of boldness they've been begging to see. So the big question now is, will it all come together? Can Mike McCarthy call a championship-level offense? Can Dak take that next step and outduel guys like Hurts, Stafford, or even Mahomes if they get to the big one? Will Aiyuk live up to the hype and make Dallas his new kingdom? One thing's for sure, we are about to witness one of the most exciting chapters in recent Cowboys history. The NFL better be ready, because this just changed everything. And as this story continues to unfold, I'll be right here breaking it down with you every step of the way. So smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this the move that finally gets Dallas over the hump? Or did they give up too much? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates, more breakdowns, and more truth about the game we love. Cowboys Nation, stand up. This is your moment. Let's ride.